Hello guys, welcome to the Anicap world. Today I'm going to recap the anime in which our main protagonist is someone who is shy and has been misunderstood by everyone around him. That has led him to become strong enough to take down any foe. The story is all about this shy person who blushes whenever receives thanks, who despises of people and who is only interested in fighting, who understands fighting is the only thing he can do, and how he comes to a place where he becomes the savior of the town. So let's jump into the story and enjoy this beautiful recap with me. The story begins as we watch someone barely managing to stay on a tightrope, while students were gossiping about how he keeps getting into fight and how he is nothing but troublesome. And even his parents were discussing about how dangerous he is. Everyone was thinking about how dangerous he is to even look at, cause he always get into fight. But he is someone who doesn't know how to interact with people. So that was expected if he is misunderstood by his looks. Everyone despises of his looks and insult him based on his appearance, as he refuses to dye his hair black and his eyes color were also wrong. People were assuming and talking that he's cursed based on his appearance and thinks that he is nasty, and they were thinking eventually he is going to fall off the rope. Then we see our angry protagonist for first time, named as Sakura, as he explains that he likes the strong people and he doesn't give a damn about those who are weaker than him. Then we saw nearby some peoples are harassing a girl asking if she wants to go somewhere and do something, and then she replied that she would like to break some eggs on their head, but that would just going to be a waste of good eggs. The guy wants her not to act all high and mighty, and he stops her bouncing. Sakura then explains that what he hates the most are weak people who think they are strong, and Sakura then interferes with the gang of harassers and tells them that it's too early to be acting so stupid, and the leader tries to attack Sakura. But sad to say that Sakura despises these type of people and the most who is weak. But Sakura despises these type of people the most who is weak and try to act strong. After that, Sakura knocks the leader down easily and wonders about what the hell is going on in his head that make him think that he is strong when he is not. After that, Sakura demands them to remember his name and face so that they can warn all the weaklings they know to run when they see him. Sakura is a bit of psycho because he also wants them to know his name so that they can tell the strong people how to find him. He then announces that he is Sakura Haruka from Furin High School, and Sakura leave these jerks, but the girl stop him to say thank you. But our protagonist is shy and he never gets compliments, so he was confused and he was wondering if she is talking to him. Then she confirms that she is talking to him, and then Sakura gets flustered, but hiding his incapability take compliments by saying that he only smacked those dudes because they were annoying and he didn't do anything to help her. Sakura then turned down her offer to grab something to eat, but she ends up feeding him anyways. She tells him that he is not from around here and there are not too many people that come to visit this spot, and she explained that the gang of harassers that just he fought has been causing a lot of troubles, and that was a concerning to people's safety. She admits that she is also not from around here. She admits that she also not from here, and she introduces herself as Kotoha Tachibana. Sakura can't wrap his head around why is she being nice to him, because most people would be scared of him, especially after he just beat up 5 guys. Sakura reluctantly chews down the food when she asks him to, but he is blown away by how damn good it is, and he wonders if her joint going to take off. But she corrects him because the dummy is trying to say take out. Then Tachibana pointed out his eyes and hair colors were all messed up. He wondered if she had beef with it. She is more amazed than anything. But our Sakura thinks she wants to throw down a fight. Sakura is surprised because normally people get ghosted by his appearance and demands that he has to dye his hair. Sakura explained that look doesn't matter in a fight, and that's why he came to Furin High, as Furin High is known for having a student with worst grade, but they are also the best fighter. They are the one that slip through the cracks of the other school and ends up at Furin. They straight up brawl every day to decide who is on the top. They are dedicated to fighting the way they even throw down their holidays, and then Sakura is dead set to become the top dog. Tachibana point out that Sakura has high goals, and Sakura admit that he is dumb and all he knows is fight. But to him, nothing sounds better scrapping his way to top than this place fits for him. Fighting is something that sounds better to him to become the number one. Tachibana soon realizes that why he is in uniform already when a school doesn't even start until tomorrow. It's because he's all hyped up. Embarrassed, Sakura explained that he just moved on, so he didn't have anything else to wear. But she just teases him more. Then our boy Sakura resorts to fighting. Our boy Sakura is always resorts to fighting as always and demands that they should take this argument outside. Just then Tachibana, eldest customer, almost forget his bag, but Sakura reminds him and Sakura heads home. He thinks about how strange that entire interaction was, as the old man gave him some candies and asked Kotoha to thank Sakura. While in the thought of whole interaction, Sakura called the whole town weird as he can't take any praise. He also thinks Kotoha is a weird person as she points out that he is wearing uniform even when a school will start tomorrow. And also she told Sakura that his appearance looks strange, but according to Sakura, his appearance freaks out people and they think of him as someone not to be trusted. People always stay on guard around him. And then he remembered an incident in which he once found someone's wallet and people directly accused him of stealing. It was just then Kotoha explained that Sakura made the right choice of coming to Furion High. But she explained that Sakura can't be able to become the top dog. And then she adds up that he might not be able to beat anyone there. Sakura then pointed out that Kotoha has no clue about how strong he is. And then she told him that she admits that he is strong, but still only a strength is not going to help him reach the top. And main problem is that he is all alone. Sakura gets mad and told her that he is not weak to rely on other and leaves. Meanwhile, Kotoha clarifies that she isn't talking about physical strength and she suggests him to meet some Furion High kids and then he's going to stand out. Then nearby a group of handlooms are wreaking havoc and some poor ladies were calling for someone's help. Then Sakura bumps into same dudes from earlier and the leader is surprised that he came straight up and he calls our boy Sakura poor in fear and trash. But Sakura just tried to boss him off the leader as nearby a group of handlooms were wreaking havoc and some poor lady were calling for help. Then Sakura runs into same guys from earlier and leader is surprised that he came here and he calls our boy fear in trash. But Sakura just tried to ignore him. Then the leader point out that he didn't forget his face and mocks Sakura for his appearance. But the guy is shocked when he realizes that Sakura's hair and eye color are real and they thought that it was just a cosplay. But he points out that it being real is even more disgusting. Then Sakura smiles as this is what a normal reaction on his appearance is supposed to be. And this is the disgust feeling that he has gotten used to. But it's okay, because he has given up on all that and Sakura still wants to feel like he has value. Though if he can beat whoever in front of him, then he can feel like he is better than them. But the problem is that Sakura can't stop thinking about how Tachibana told him that he won't be top dog because he is alone. Then the leader declares that he is going to start a war against Furion for Sakura punching him. But Sakura isn't even listening as he is still focused on Tachibana's board. Then he punches the leader again and declares that he isn't the one who avoiding people. Sakura lets out his true feeling about his appearance. That doesn't make sense how people act. He knows better than anyone that he looks weird, but he never did anything to the people that insult him. This is just who he is. Sakura starts beating down the huge group of thugs in his mind, but in his mind, as long as he is the strongest and the best fighter, he will be the top dog. Being alone has nothing to do with it. The gang tries to attack him all at once, but it's of no use as Sakura is more skilled than them. Sakura instantly takes on any opponent that comes near him and the fight is somehow heavily one-sided. Even though Sakura is outnumbered, just one of the thugs take. After that, Tachibana comes out of the restaurant after hearing the noise and one of the thugs takes Tachibana as hostage, but he plays a stupid move. Then Tachibana comes out of the restaurant after hearing the noise and one of the thugs just take, but he pays as it clearly was a stupid move as Sakura instantly knocks him down and Tachibana again thank him, but Sakura once again explained that the thugs were just pissing him off. After that, the thugs try to use knife, so he tells that idiots to keep fighting clean. Then one guy sneak up to him, but he just end up leaning. They try to use a knife, so he tells those idiots to keep the fight clean. And one guy tried to sneak up on him, but he just end up learning learning a valuable lesson as Sakura fights up even more of them, but he is hindered by having to stay in one place to defend Tachibana. He wonders why he is defending her in the first place, and then he reminds himself that helping others never ends well. But still Sakura continues to defend her. But eventually one of the thugs uses the knife to cut leg of Sakura, and Sakura was really in a bad spot now. As he thinks about why he has to defend people when he is fighting, he again questions himself why he decided to help her and prepares to take a bat right on his skull. But then someone stops the attack, and Sakura notices that this stranger is wearing a Furin High uniform. This guy surprisingly stops the bat with his back and tells Tachibana not to tell a certain person that she was in danger. This guy surprisingly stops the bat with his back and tells Tachibana not to tell a certain person that she was in danger. Then this guy wipes out the white builder and tells the other punks that they made a real mess in this town, and his buddies arrive, and the guy furiously tells the gang that they are in big trouble. Backup has arrived, but they are disappointed to see so few opponents, as they didn't all need to come to fight. Sakura is in absolute shock as he can't understand why Furin is saving him. Then the thugs are terrified to see the one who is named as Hiragi, but they are confident that they can win since they outnumber them by a lot. Then Hiragi tells the other to make quick work of these guys, so they begin to absolutely demolish them. But then one guy goes to attack Sakura, and Sakura gets caught in a terrible spot. As his leg can't move, Hiragi saves him again and tells Sakura to stand back if he is hurt. Sakura furiously points out that he is not his boss and explains that the thugs were his to fight. Hiragi just tells him to stop moving around since it's make harder for him to protect Sakura. Sakura is completely shocked and looks around to find the peoples of the town are cheering for the Furin guys. Sakura can't believe what he is hearing, and Tachibana reminds him about how she said that the town's public safety was nearly non-existent. However, this was only true until 2 years ago. After that, all changed, and it was thanks to the student of Furin High. The first thing they did was to put up a notice board at the town's entrance and states that if someone brings trouble on their town by harming people or property, they will be the ones to get into trouble, no matter who they are. Then Tachibana explained that somewhere along the line, the townspeople gave the fear and students a new name because they fight to protect the town, and they are known as Townswoferin in Shield, called as Windbreaker. After the fight, all the townspeople come out to thank the boys. Although they used to be known as low-grade handlooms, the Furin students are now well respected in the community. However, they still do not quite a bit. They are known as Townswoferin in Shield, called as Windbreaker. After the fight, all the townspeople come out to thank the boys. Although they used to be known as low-grade handlooms, the Furin students are now well respected in the community. However, they still do fight quite a bit. They are beloved by everyone, but most importantly, they are needed. Sakura is shocked at how different this town is. Since the fighters are treated like heroes, they have the appearance of thugs, and they even fight all the time, but no one is afraid of them. Sakura is overwhelmed with emotion as he is shocked when the townspeople tell him that what he did was a great job holding his own. Then some little lady even offers to treat his wounds, but Sakura can't take all the kindness and demands that they all stop Tachibana calmly, and they all stop. Tachibana then calmly begins to tend to his wounds and reminds him that she said that he was all alone. However, she explained that she could tell right away that he wasn't choosing what to be. She can't figure him out, but she explained that the people of this town need his strength. Sakura can't handle everything that is happening, and he declares that he doesn't need anyone and he doesn't want to get involved. Then Tachibana is quick to point out that his action says something different. He reminded the old man about his bag. He also fought hard to protect Tachibana. Then she points out that he actually hasn't given up on people, and he doesn't have to be at the very least. She declares that she won't turn her back on him, so she asks that he turns towards her as well. Then Tachibana said that this is the way in which he can become what he wanted. Sakura still has a hard time accepting it, and all that makes sense. Sakura still has a hard time accepting it all, and he makes a mad dash towards the other as he leaps into the air and points out how he seemed to be playing hero. Now he admits that all his stuffs about being the town's shield sounds really cool, and he absolutely destroys the gang's leader, but that was terrorizing the town. Everyone watches in shock, and Sakura wonders if people will really stick by him. There we can learn that this is the story about how how a low grade who only knew how to fight become the town's hero. Sometime later, Sakura arrived at Tachibana restaurant, furious for having to carry grandma. She fears that she might get hurt getting off his back, but he just tells Granny to hurry up. Grandma then shocks Sakura with her dismount, and he is furious since she told him that her hips hurt so much, but she couldn't walk. Sometimes later, Sakura arrived at Tachibana's restaurant, furious for having to carry old grandma. She fears that she might get hurt getting off his back, but he just tells Granny to hurry up. Grandma shocks our boy with her dismount, and he is furious since she told him that her hips hurt so much that she couldn't even walk. But the old lady thanks him, but Sakura still doesn't know how to handle such kindness. Then Tachibana stops him before leaving and gives him some food. As today his entrance ceremony, she once again determines that he is all bumped up to go. He denies it, but she completely understands that since there is a lot of interesting character at Fiorin High. Just then, some kid named Nirei arrives. Falling flat on his face, he wonders what Tachibana thinks about his new uniform. But Sakura points out that he still has the tags on his jacket. Nirei managed to get all the tags of his jacket. Then Tachibana informs Sakura that the two of them will be in the same grade. Nirei notices Sakura's strange hair and eye, so Sakura thinks he might have a problem with it. Then Nirei is surprised by his attitude and determines that Sakura must have rough always been. Nirei notices Sakura's strange hair and eye, so Sakura thinks he might have a problem with it. Then Nirei is surprised by his attitude and determines that Sakura must have it rough always, being so stressed out at his young age. Nirei tries to figure out why some nobody like Sakura come to their town. Sakura is insulted, but Tachibana assures him that Nirei is like that with everyone. Nirei eagerly points out that Fiorin High is no ordinary school. Members of both Fiorin stood up to protect the locals. They defend the weak and crush the wicked. So they are heroes of justice. Everyone that comes to Fiorin admires that. They all want to help and protect the town as well as. Nirei is one of them, but he wonders why someone with no ties to Fiorin like Sakura come to their town. Then Sakura makes his intention very clear and reveals that he is here to take the top spot. Protecting the town is great and all, but there is a lot of strong people here, and Sakura just wants to be the best among them. Nirei gets very serious and tells him that he shouldn't say things. He will never be able to do his reason for saying this because he fears Sakura will go bald. Sakura has had enough of his little comedy routine and he demands that they fight. But it's getting late and Nirei must leave as he wants to do 3 rounds of town patrol before the entrance ceremony. He then declares that starting today he will be a hero of justice. But he shows just how clumsy he is. As he leaves, then Tachibana points out how funny kid he is. But Sakura can't believe a dog like him wants to be a hero of justice. Then Tachibana is surprised to hear Sakura talking about someone else. But Sakura meant the guys like him are the type who are always chicken out in fights to him. Nothing is lamer. Then Tachibana says it's just his assumption. But Sakura explained that he has seen as sickening amount of times. Tachibana then takes a moment to teach him something. She points out. Tachibana says it's just his assumption. But Sakura explained that he had seen it as sickening amount of times. Then Tachibana takes a moment to teach him something. Then she points out that the coffee fruit is much of different color than the coffee beans and that she has in jar. But the lesson is that if you look at the things only from one perspective, you will never be able to see his true shape. She doesn't think he should be so quick to make assumption and encourage him to get to know people better. So he has to figure out what they really are like. Sakura really takes this valuable lesson and he just figured that she means Nirei is a good fighter as a disappointment, as she wonders if fighting is all he cares about. After he leaves, Sakura still thinks he's right. Just then he is stopped by and offered some bread. He is pretty confused, so the baker explained that Fiorin kids are always helping out the town and he just want to give back, and they recognize Sakura as one of those who stood up against the gang other day. Before that, and they point out that everyone is talking about him. Sakura doesn't know how to handle praise and leaves, but they insist that he has to take some sandwiches for lunch. As Sakura goes through the town, he finds that several other people feel the same way. Sakura can't figure out what's going on and wonders what is wrong with all the people in this town. They are acting way too nice to a guy like him. But Sakura realizes that it is just he was assuming that they would treat him poorly. Then Sakura is shocked when a girl begs him for help. Then we saw some people are nearly beating Nirei. Nirei gets beat up for stopping a guy from bothering a girl. The guy just mock him for thinking he could protect the town, and they declare that he is the one who needs to be protected. Nirei tries to make them take it back, but he just get pushed around the guys, and guys are surprised though, and they declares that those who cause pain or bring destruction to the town will be purged by Buffurine. The guys all have a good laugh and points out that only guys in superhero shows talk like that, and points out that only guys in superhero shows talks like that. The leader gets really annoyed and declares that it doesn't matter if Nirei is a windbreaker. He is the one that will be purged. The guy prepares to attack him, but Sakura shows up just right at time and helps Nirei, as Nirei was shocked and wondered why Sakura is saving him. But Sakura doesn't even pay attention. The bullies laugh as Sakura is there to save his body. But Sakura is insulted by that and he reveals that it's not true. He just hates weaklings that thinks they are strong. Then Sakura declares that it makes him sick, so he decided the bullies to show them what they can do. And he just hates weaklings that think they are strong. Sakura declares that it makes him sick, so the bullies decided to show them what they can do. Nirei fears for his safety and he is sure that Sakura can't beat them on his own. But there is nothing to worry about as all the guys were unconscious just in seconds. Later, Nirei is surprised that he handled them in the blink of an eye and wonders just who he is. Nirei is terrified of him now, but he still thanks Sakura for his help, and he is sure that Sakura is disappointed that someone like him is in Buffurine and attending Furine High, but Sakura just point out that he wasn't saving him. Sakura calls him a typical loser and warns Nirei that he should know what he is capable of. Nirei explained that he always used to get beat up in the middle school, and one day he was saved by someone from Furine High, and it was someone that he would normally be scared of in that moment. Though the guy was really cool, so Nirei wanted to be just like him, who just came to Furine. One day he was saved by someone who is from Furine High, and it was someone that he would normally be scared of in that moment. Though that guy was really cool, so Nirei wanted to be just like him, and Nirei came to Furine to become just as awesome. But he breaks down that he realizes he is just pathetic. Then Sakura thinks about how he assumed that Nirei was the type of chicken out in fights, but it clears that he actually stood up for himself. Sakura tells Nirei that he's a big fighter, but there is a chance that he might not be that stupid. Nirei is shocked, and the girl he protected arrives to thank him for sticking up to her, and she thanks Sakura too, but he tries to get out of there. Then Nirei stops him once again and breaks out his little book and asks many questions about his weight, height, blood type, hobbies, all the things. The kids goes crazy and analyzing Sakura and taking notes on him. Sakura stops him, so Nirei explains that he just likes gathering data on guy he likes and thinks they are cool. Sakura just tell him to do whatever he wants, so Nirei explains that he just like gathering data on guys he likes and thinks that they are cool. Sakura just tells him to do whatever he wants, so he takes this as an invitation to watch Sakura up close, and then personally offers to show him around the town and reveals that while he might not be able to help him in fight, but he's the best guide when it comes to the town and the people. Then Sakura is even more surprised when Nirei declares that he can guide Sakura all the way up to top. Moments later, Nirei must encourage Sakura to get going, but he is busy eating because he gets really hungry after fighting. Sakura is amazed by how good the bread is, and near he gets caught up in it too. But he realizes that they have to hurry up and go to a school and to eventually make it there. And Sakura is excited since there will be a bunch of people like those guys he met before. Nirei finds out that class roster, where he is delighted to find out that he and Sakura are in the same class. Nirei is amazed by all the people names on the list, but he doesn't actually know them personally. But there are just peoples whom he admires. Sakura doesn't think it matters who is in their class, but Nirei points out that there will be spending a lot of time around these people. And just then Nirei is shocked by one name in particular particular. And Sakura points out that he has lost all his energy. Nirei gets over it. The Sakura tries to be friendly to everyone in class and he tries to encourage him to smile at him. Sakura thinks he must be joking, but Nirei points out that the members of both Wofferin gathered together to protect the town. But Sakura is not from there, so the guys definitely won't like him. And they will ask Sakura why he came to Furin High. Then Nirei thinks that it will be very important to show that Sakura is harmless and both not your enemy. Sakura isn't even listening though. Nirei wonders why he is shocked when Sakura says he is just getting ready for anything. Then Nirei is disappointed that he wasn't listening and points out as an outsider even the slightest misunderstanding could turn the entire school against him. Sakura doesn't actually care if every single person going to turn against him, as he reminds Nirei that he is here to fight his way up to the top. Then Sakura enters the class and is horrified when it becomes pretty obvious that everyone is staring at him, and Nirei is horrified when it becomes pretty obvious that everyone is staring at Sakura. The class is filled with tough looking students, but Sakura couldn't ask for anything better. But one student who knows who Sakura is, but Sakura instantly One student knows who Sakura is, but Sakura is on high alert. Nirei apologizes for him and instantly recognizes the student from his book. And then this kid says he is Jack Sparrow. Sakura falls for it at first, and Nirei had no freaking idea that this skull-looking dude could be such a prankster. Nirei actually knows his name, and his name is Suo. Then Suo says his patch seals away an ancient Chinese spirit in right eye. Sakura loses his temper when he realizes that this kid is all talk, but then Suo gets serious and steps up to Sakura. The vibe gets tense, and Nirei thinking that people from out of town really are get treated as abnormal. Sakura gets ready to throw down some punches and Nirei is scared. Then there might no way to stop it. Just then he was shocked when Suo just pat on Sakura's back and compliment him for being the star of Main Street Brawl that happened the day before. The other student wonder what he's talking about. So Suo explained that before Hiragi showed up, Sakura was already holding the fight down and protecting the town. Nirei had no clue about this, and other students started gathering around Sakura. There were rumors about some unknown student in Furin uniform, and they are glad that this person did a solid job helping the town, and they get a bit too close for comfort. But Nirei figures it's better than turning on Sakura. It's pretty clear that they don't see him as an enemy. So Nirei relaxes because the person he was scared of before should be cool with Sakura. These dudes still wonder why Sakura came to Furin in the first place. So Sakura spills that he came to snatch the top spot, but they all are surprised. So Nirei tried to explain that Sakura and there to hold them down and beat them up, but Sakura says he actually is. But his new buddy steps in and tells him to chill. Just then a table gets tossed and it's some straight up terrifying student. Sakura gets an excited look on his face, but Nirei begs him to not to fight that guy. He is the most dangerous dude in the class and maybe even in the whole school, and his name is Kyotaro. Sakura declares he prefers fighting mad dogs like him. So Kyotaro says he will crush him. Kyotaro throws a powerful punch, and Nirei is shocked when he realizes that Suo instantly moved him out of the way. Sakura dodges it too and gives props to Kyotaro, saying he is the type he expected to see at Furin High. Kyotaro gets even more pissed, but Sakura is loving every second of it because that's exactly what Sakura was hoping for. Nirei is breaks, but Suo is pumped to see some to go down. Suo explained that Sakura screwed up by claiming he would go to the top dog in front of Kyotaro. Sakura is trying his best to dodge Kyotaro attack, while Suo spills that Kyotaro has been rapping fear in high school since he was in the middle school. Because of his dedication, Kyotaro was the only one allowed to call himself Buferin before officially starting. He is damn loyal to the Umemi, the top dog, that he has earned his nickname. The top dog's fanatic. Some other student begs Suo to stop the fight because he convinced the new kid going to get his ass handed to him. Other student begs Suo to stop the fight because he is convinced that new kid is going to get his ass kicked to him by Kyotaro. But everyone jaws drop when Sakura dodges another attack and lands a counter. Sakura points out that Kyotaro is just a fanboy of the top dog, meaning that he can't think of himself. This dude probably can't even make his own damn choices. So Sakura makes it clear that a guy like this doesn't stand a chance against him. Kyotaro is all bloody and pissed off. and is not going to back down. They are about to throw down some more punches, but then some announcement interrupts them. The person on the other end is all clumsy with the microphone, but eventually welcomes all the students to Furin High. Sakura is annoyed as hell by the interruption, and he just wants to get back to kicking asses. But all the other students are totally focused on the announcement, and Sakura wonders who the hell this guy is that managed to grab their attention, and that turns out to be dude's name is Umemiya. Then Sakura figures out that he is the top dog of the school and the toughest man in the whole school. Everyone waiting eagerly to hear what he has got to say, but Umemiya goes and says he forget, and he just tell everyone to remember to enjoy their youth while they are in high school. Now so they should make a shitload of memories. He suggested they all hit the beach and grab some shaved ice cream. He can't freaking believe what his badass saying, but Kyotaro thinks he's trying to mock the top dog. Umemiya figures with so many students here bound to be some beef, but he assumes there aren't troublemakers who start a brawl on the first day. Kyotaro tries to hide the fact that there is some troublemakers throwing fists on the day one. So he wipes the blood off his face. Then Umemiya gets dead serious and for one message, and he tells everyone to defend the damn town. They were given the name Wolverine, so they go to protect the people and their things. That matters, and that's the school one and only rule. And all the students accept that. Sakura is freaking shocked that this dude ain't even here in the damn room, but everybody is all eager to follow his order, and he wondered just how badass of a fighter Umemiya is. Suo wants the two fighters to shake hands and show some deep ass understanding of youth, but Sakura is not even thinking. The fight is over, and yet Nirei wonders why Sakura is turning all red, but Sakura shut his ass up. Suo reminds Kyotaro that Umemiya wouldn't be happy hearing he fought a classmate, and he tells Sakura that showing respect to other students is crucial if he wants to be the top student. Surprisingly, Kyotaro wants to shake hands, so Nirei begs Sakura to hurry up and do it. Sakura gets ready for it and tells everyone to just shake the damn hand. Sakura must have been through some real tough, because he has got to remind himself not to slap Kyotaro's hand away or toss his ass to the ground. Sakura shakes his hand but thinks it's feel weird touching people outside of a fight. Suo is glad to see their youth burning bright, but their grip is so damn tight that they both wonder if others is freaking gorilla. The other student go wild and can't believe Sakura actually landed a hit on Kyotaro. Sakura is surprised by how nice they are being, but he realizes it's been like this whole damn time since he came to Furin High. Sakura is all quiet in his thought, but the other students are wondering if he got choked out, and some joins Sakura in the fun and points out he is not getting choked out that easily in his mind. Though he's thinking he had no freaking clue that people could be so friendly. Just then the students are told to go outside the moment later. Sakura is surprised that they got a paint over all graffiti. Sakura is clueless what the hell they are doing this, but Nirei taking pride in doing a good job, and Suo is complimenting his painting skills. Then we take a look right back before this painting happened. That shows that what went down. When they were told to head outside, the student who ordered them explains he's going to get deep if they take too damn long. It took them almost 8 minutes to get their asses out. So Hiragi explains toddlers could move faster than these dummies. Sakura tells Nirei he saw Hiragi when he saved Tachibana, but Hiragi overhears and gets furious. Sakura isn't supposed to mention Tachibana name there, and Hiragi explains he is going to be in some serious if words get out that Tachibana was in danger. Then Hiragi straight up threatens that some messed up will go down if Sakura doesn't listen, but it turns out that all he does is start coughing up blood. Hiragi pops some stomach medicines and explains that he don't know what brought Sakura to this school, but he choose one hardcore leader to roll with. Nirei is wondering what kind of dude Hiragi is. So Sakura explained that he's type of weirdo to stress himself out until he has got a stomachache and he need an anti-gas pill. Then Nirei is taking mad notes on him and says it's because Hiragi is one of the school's 4 kings. Umemiya is sitting at the top of Furin, and right below him are his generals, the 4 kings. Each one is like a captain of all 3 years of a class. Hiragi splits the students into groups with a 2nd or 3rd year as the captain, and he says they are going to patrol the town. Hiragi is the captain of Sakura's group, which also include Nirei, Suo, and Kyotaro. Kyotaro and Sakura in the same group because Umemiya told Hiragi to keep a close eye on the troublemaking fist fight fighters. Then these guys are shocked that Umemiya knows about the fight. So Sakura points out that he was just defending himself. Hiragi got to pull them apart so they can keep patrolling. Then Sakura points out all they are doing is walking around and wonder why they aren't beating up some intruders. But Hiragi explains that it would be offensive, not defensive. Just walking around in their uniform is enough to scare off all the smaller crew, so that the plan Sakura thinks it's going to be boring. But Hiragi points out that only liking fights doesn't make him much fun either. Right then, Hiragi does his duty and helps an old man on a ladder. Then Hiragi does his duty and helps out on an old man on a ladder. Then it turns out that they are painting over graffiti because that part is Bifrin's job. When they are done, they get some grab as a thank you. Hiragi gets why Sakura is all about fighting, because all of the other Wifrin guys used to have the same way, but eventually they realizes being needed by the townspeople is fun too. So it's some thought and takes a bite of the snack. And then they come across a tunnel where Sakura spots a symbol of a damn ugly dog. Nirei said Sakura would watch his bird, and he explained that they are the border between Bofurine and another team tops. Once they cross the train track, it's a whole different country with its own damn rules, and it would be dangerous to steer up. Some over the other team symbol is a lion's head, and they believe a strength is everything. That's supposed to scare off outsider. But there is another kind of motto. But that's the kind of motto Sakura digs right. Then we saw a middle scholar is getting chased by lionhead fox, and it's clear as day that that kid is not going to make it across the train tracks in time. So Hiragi just bows his head because there is nothing he can do. But it turned out that from nowhere everyone loses their damn mind when Sakura and Kyotaro go all out on the lion's head punk. Nirei is scared because they aren't supposed to mess with the lion's head top. Sakura says the kids is on their damn team. So both Sakura and Kyotaro points out that it was the lion's head fools who started the interference. Sakura tells Kyotaro to bounce because he can handle this solo, but the dude don't listen. The lion's head folks start cloning on their own teammate for getting knocked out with a single kick. But Sakura is thinking about how ruthless they are because they are supposed to be on the same damn team. Right then, the lion folks got feared because someone shows up after seeing what went down. Hiragi can't freaking believe that this dude is actually showed up of all the people, and he spills that he is Lion's Head second in command, named Togami. Togami is wondering what the hell is going on and casually greets Hiragi. Hiragi explains that those fools were chasing one of their students, and Sakura is getting irritated by how chills this dude is. What he can tell that Togami is legit, and when he figures out that Sakura and Kyotaro are the ones who knocked out his team member, the knocked out dude gets up all the pissed off because they broke the rules and stepped into the top. But Togami shocks everyone when he smashes a bottle over his damn head. Togami don't give a damn if it was their top or not. He only cares that this kid lost the damn fight. Togami starts giving this fool punch after punch and explain that losing means he's weak, and the Lion's Head crew doesn't like weak ass member. So he keeps wetting him down. But Hiragi steps and Hiragi tells him that he's part of Togami's crew. But Togami corrects him that he rips off this dude's Lion's Head jacket and says his crew don't need any weaklings. So everyone was in shock seeing their ruthless dude, but Sakura just thinks he's a stupid ass. He thought the Lancet Fox believed a strength was everything, but he points out that beating up the big doesn't really prove a strength. Sakura stands right up to this dude, feeling disappointed because he thought he found a fun crew. Everyone shocked seeing him stand up to Togami, and the Lancet fools are sure to going to end his damn life for saying what he said. But surprisingly, Togami ain't tripping about, and he is more curious about Sakura's funky hair. Togami also ain't feeling Sakura is fast talking, and he gets all serious and says his pieces off. Then Togami straight up announces that he has made his damn decision and declares that he will beat Sakura to a pulp when the time is right. He even claims that he has got Sakura Fest memorized. The lance head crew warns after that, Nirei, a scared shitless, pointing out that Sakura and Kotaro might just have started a damn war. Then Suo calms his asses down and says he don't want Nirei ending up like Hiragi. Hiragi is so damn scared that he got to slam down about 10 anti-gas pills. Nirei tries to remind him not to exceed the recommendation dosage. Nirei wishes Sakura didn't provoke Togomi and says maybe he would have let them off the hook after that kick. But Hiragi knows better. He explained that Togomi is probably the most terrifying dude in the lion's head. Hiragi shocks everyone when he admits that he should have made the first move and apologize. He tells some mid-schooler named Sasaki to come with them so they can report it to Umemiya. Sakura can tell Hiragi's stomach is really acting up now, so he wonders if Hiragi is actually scared as hell of reporting to Umemiya. Umemiya sounded pretty laid back during their announcement, so Sakura is wondering what kind of dude he really is. That get to the rooftop of the school and everyone is amazed at how freaking dope it looks. Hiragi approaches Umemiya and Sakura gets ready to meet the big boss at the school. But all the students were straight up shocked when Umemiya is just psyched about his damn plants. The fool wants to barbecue with everyone in the summer and Sakura is wondering if this dude really is the top dog. Hiragi then says he have got a problem on their hand, but Umemiya says he already knows all about. That makes no sense since nobody could have told him about what happened yet, but it turns out that he is just talking about his damn plant. The rest of crew finally catching on why Hiragi despises reporting to Umemiya. The dude never listens to a damn word. Sakura tries to get his attention, but Kyotaro gets pissed off because he ain't letting anyone talk to his idol's dude. And Kyotaro was ready to throw hands, but then he remembers Umemiya is right here and he wouldn't approve. So they all end up chilling and Umemiya goes on and on about his plant empire when they should be focusing on the real deal. Sakura can't even tell one plant from another while Umemiya might be a good dude. Sakura is more confused that why he's got mad respect from so many people after sitting through Umemiya's plants lecture for what feels like an eternity. The kid who got his ass whooped speaks up and spills about what went down today. He saw a shoplifter causing havoc in the town, so he tried to chase him down. But before he knew, it wandered straight into the lion's head turret. And before he knew, he was in the lion territory and he was chased away by some folk. When he was about to give up, Sakura and Kyotaro swoop in like heroes and save him. Then he says he admired the Furin students so much that he wanted to be like them. But all he did was to start a Furin brawl with Lion's Head, dragging everyone into mess. And for that he is genuinely sorry. Umemiya calls out Sasaki by name and gives him props for doing what he did. Sure he may have caused a war, but what he did while trying to protect the people of his town. So he has nothing to be sorry for. As for the war, he doesn't have to worry about since Umemiya says he will personally handle it. But real talk, he is dying to know about how Sakura and Kyotaro pulled off the risk. So Sasaki explained that they kicked one of the guys off the feet. Umemiya knows damn well the lion's head ain't going to be cool, but he can't help but find it hella amusing. Hiragi steps up and apologizes because all his craziness went down while he was supposed to be keeping an eye on them. But Umemiya ain't blaming him because mistakes happen all the time. Then Nirei rats out Sakura for making worse by taunting Togami. So Sakura explained that he couldn't stand Togami while talking about strength being the only thing that matters while the dude is just picking on the weak. So he said it to his face with no regrets. Umemiya gets what went down, so he gets up and Sakura thinks he's about to throw down. Then he just pats on his head and say he was thinking the same damn thing because those dude got a messed up mindset. And on the another note, Umemiya heard about Sakura's main street heroics yesterday and today he saved Sasaki. So Umemiya gives props for Sakura for looking out for the peeps here because Sakura is getting all the attention and Sakura is feeling some weird sense of ease around him. He is starting to get why folks are drawn to him all the damn time. It's because he has got the presence that makes anyone feel safe. But Sakura ain't getting himself gets all cozy with that warmth. So he straight up slaps Umemiya's hand away right then. There Hiragi gets a call from his boy Kaji, but all he hears are the words lion's head before the call cuts off. Umemiya asks if something is up, but before they know it, they hear a voice on a megaphone. They all look down to the courtyard and see some dude dragging one of the students who knocked the hell out. He claims he is the top dog of Sistorain, otherwise known as Lion's Head, and his name is Tomiyama. This dude come here today and kicked out the hell out of Furin and their students because he wants to have a fair and a square brawl with Umemiya, and his smile shows that how pumped he is. Nirei losing it because the leader of Lion's Head here in the flesh, while Sakura is getting all hyped up because he knows Tomiyama got to be stronger than Togami. Then just Sakura feels the crazy presence behind him, but he can't quite put his finger on it when it comes to see Umemiya bouncing, and he starts telling him, and the others started to follow him too. Once they are all outside, Umemiya tells them to stay the hell out of this. But Sakura being Sakura and insist on throwing down, then Umemiya give him a call as warning straight up, saying that he don't repeat order twice. Sakura is hit with a wave of obedience because he knows he would have get caught to a fist to his face if he talked back. Just now that he is clueless as how Umemiya's whole demeanor switched up so damn quick as he steps up to Tomiyama and calls him out for still holding on one-on-one one of the Furin student by their hair. But Tomiyama just brushes it off and a straight up laugh in Umemiya's face about what he did. Sakura is thinking this dude must be hell strong or straight up crazy to have the balls to do this on Umemiya's face like that, and all he really wants right now is to go head on head with Umemiya one-on-one because he got a legit reason. After that, Sakura and Kyotaro pulled Umemiya just stay chill while Tomiyama creeps circling him, still begging for a fight like a kid who wants to go to party. But then Umemiya speaks up and says that while it might be true that Furin started it by knocking out their dude under the bridge, but Tomiyama has gone way harder in retaliation, so he thinks that they call it even now. Tomiyama agrees that what he has done is enough. At least they call it even for now. But that doesn't mean things are settled as he throws a kick at Umemiya's face. Umemiya catches it, but Tomiyama wasn't actually trying to sneak attack him. He just wants to start, so more he has no reason to throw down. He has a reason to throw down with Umemiya. It doesn't make any damn sense why he is so hell-bent on fighting. So Umemiya asks him what is his game. Tomiyama says that it's not necessarily because he wants to brawl out, but because he wants Umemiya over at Lion's Head. He has been mad lonely ever since he took the top spot. But Umemiya on the other hand, he has mad friends to kick it. So Tomiyama come up with a logical solution to take over all the Furin so he can have some damn fun too. Umemiya gets where Tomiyama is coming from, and before he can even try to reason with him, some other member of Lion's Head show up, while Tomiyama is all confused as why they are here, because he didn't call for the backup. They straight up tell him that it was a dangerous move to go solo and attack Furin High like this. Sakura and the other step up to join Umemiya even though he tells them to fall back again. Sakura stands his ground because while he respects a fair duel, he won't stand for a jumping. Tomiyama gets frustrated because he was about to have a legit showdown with Umemiya, so he wants everyone else to bounce already. But Tagami doesn't think a duel is going to go down today, especially with the whole damn student watching them. Umemiya peeps what's about to go down, so he shouts all the student in the class to stay put as he steps forward, saying he will take on Tomiyama in a duel like he wanted. He just want him to tell his crew go back off so it doesn't get messy. Tomiyama finally get his match, but then some punk from Lion's Head start dissing Umemiya, calling him a softie, and that sets off Kyotaro who can't stand no Umemiya hater. Then another one start drowning Suo, say he is basic and he needs accessories to stand out. But with how he holding his hand like an anime girl pose, Suo just find it cute as hell. Togami steps in telling everyone to chill for a second. Then he tells Tomiyama that if he really wants a duel, then he could save it for later, for another time. because it's getting dark already, and if they start fighting in the dark, they won't be able to fully appreciate how badly they beat down the foreign student. Sakura fires back, saying the only face getting smashed in will be Togami's. And since Tomiyama can see there is some serious tension between those, so he suggests that they should turn the duel into a team match instead, so they can have a bunch of one-on-one battle, with Umemiya facing off against Tomiyama, Togami against Sakura, Kyotaro against Arima, and then finally Suo against Kanuma. Then Umemiya says if it's a duel he wants, then the two of them are enough. But now Tomiyama wants to turn into a full-on tournament because that sounds way more fun to him. Then Sakura and others agreed to the terms. When they just think it's settled, another lion's head dude shows up and wants in action. He has got beef with Hiragi, and Hiragi is down to throw down, so he joins the tournament too. With everything sorted, Tomiyama declares that the fate of the lion's head crew is on the line, so they better in their best and have fun later. Then they all heat up at the cafe to eat some food and chill, and Nirei is freaking out because he thinks they are in some deep trouble. Then Sakura is getting real tired of Nirei's whining, but he is the one who has started this whole mess in the first place. Then Tachibana brings some food and tells Nirei there is no point of stressing so damn because it ain't going to change a damn thing. But Nirei got a good reason to be worried, because if something horrible turns off event and Umemiya actually loses, then Warfarin might go down. Then Tachibana sticks to her point, saying worrying won't change anything either. He should know damn that these guys aren't big enough to lose to the lion's head that easily. Sakura straight up demolishes his food like a freaking beast, and once he's done, he asked if he could dip for the day. Nirei's jaws drop at how damn fast he finished, but they got to wait for Umemiya and Hiragi because they stayed back to persuade the other Furin student not to screw things up even more. Sakura gets that, but he's clueless why they had to meet up here of all places. So Suo breaks it down that his joint is like a chillaxing spot for fur and peeps, where they gather up before some major throwdowns. And he just said that Umemiya burst through the door and starts fawning over Tachibana. Sakura thought this meant she was his girl, but they both denied it. Umemiya instead said Tachibana was his darling little sister, but she denied that too, leaving Sakura all kind of confused. But what the heck is their relationship actually is? Then Tachibana is feeling embarrassed to say this, but she explained that she and Umemiya grew up at the same orphanage, and Umemiya just randomly decided she is his sister at some point with no question asked. Sakura doesn't find it all that weird, but he's a bit shocked to learn that she is the little sis in this equation. She said she is only 16, but he thought she was at least 20 or something because she acts way too mature for her age. But as he is saying, Kyotaro goes and throw a damn chair at him, getting on his last nerve. What really freaks him the hell out of the way Umemiya is looking at him like he's about to unleash some serious pain on Sakura. He brushes it off and laughs it out, but then Hiragi reminds Sakura that he better never let Umemiya find out Tachibana ever was in danger or hell is going to break loose a while. Later, Umemiya is chewing down on his food, but Hiragi seems to lost his own thoughts. He's thinking about his ex-top dog's lion's head, and that gets Sakura wondering if lion's head used to be different back in the day. Those dudes believed in pure strength and had a whole bunch of muscles on their squad, but they never stopped so low to chase down some middle schooler and jumped him in Furin. Furin even had a straight up brawl with lion's head once, but it was always satisfying for everyone's involved. But ever since Tomiyama took over, shit's gone really fast. Dudes were picking fight left and right, and things ain't been the same since Umemiya is pretty damn sure Tomiyama is to blame, even though he ain't got all the deeds. But if they throw down tomorrow, they will find out for sure, because sometimes punches are the only language dudes like them understand. When it's closing time, Tachibana shuts down the shop and everyone is about to bounce, but before they leave, Sasaki takes a moment to formally thanks Sakura for stepping up and saving his ass when he was in deep need. And of course, Sakura gets all embarrassed again like a little shy puppy. The next morning, they all get rolled up to the bridge and step into Lion's Head territory for the tournament. And Tomiyama and the rest of the Lion's Head crew were waiting, ready to kick things off. Tomiyama is all pumped up, leading the way, and the Warfarin crew is following suit on the way. Sakura spots that the whole damn place is filled with bars and many things, and it's get even crowded at night, but it also is dangerous. Sakura just now realizes why Nirei is there and points out he is not one-on-one fight. Nirei straight up declares that he is there because because he is a Bofferin member. Even if he can't protect others like them, he at least wants to protect himself. Nirei asks if he can learn by watching Sakura, and Sakura gets all pissed up and tells him to do whatever the hell he wants. But Suo can tell Sakura secretly being flattered. Hiragi gets all bugged up about and wishes they show some damn nerves about the fight. Umemiya tells him to chill a bit and mention that the newbies got mad potential. Tomiyama leads them further into the area and formally welcomes them to Orion, the secret lair of the Lion's Head. Then Nirei explains to others that Lion's Head lair used to be a movie theater called Orion, but it went up nowadays and they call it Orion like a cage. They all step into the theater and Lion's Head crew cheers like crazy as they announce the fight is about to enter the arena. The crowd going wild and unruly, and Nirei was straight up terrified. Suo gets why they call it cage now, because this place is a damn den of wild beasts who are wondering if they are going to make it back home or even make it out alive. Sakura sees this and reminds Nirei that he is here just to learn, so he tells him to keep his eye forward, and Nirei refocuses on the Tomiyama as he announces it's time to kick things off, and Umemiya points out he turned his whole things into a spectre. Umemiya tells his crew that even though it's a big event, the only fight that truly matters is his one-on-one with Tomiyama. The rest of their wins or losses doesn't matter, so they should feel chill. When they step on the stage, Sakura straight up rejects that and declares she ain't planning to lose, whether it counts or not. The others agree and Umemi is stoked about how dependable they are. Then Tomiyama wants to throw down with Umemi first, but that ain't going to happen as they are not going to let their captain start the battle. Then the blonde hair dude wants to first fight because he has been shooting daggers at Kyotaro with his eye the whole damn time. Everybody is cool with it, so they had the stage. Then Sakura reminds Kyotaro that they still got unfinished business, and if he loses to this loser, then Sakura doesn't want to fight him ever again. Kyotaro, as always, ain't got no word and just head to the stage. The blonde dude name is Yukinari, so Nirei looks him up his little book, and Yukinari is known for being a heavy hitter, breaking ribs with just one punch. Suo tells them not to worry because Kyotaro is pretty much the same, but Umemiya straight up shocks them when he says that they aren't even in the same league on a stage. Yukinari annoyed by Kyotaro's stare, and he pulls a dirty trick to distract Kyotaro by faking something bad happened to Umemiya, and he takes advantage and lands a punch, calling Kyotaro an idiot for losing focus in a fight. But Sakura knows it's not nothing to worry about, though Kyotaro just building up his rage and straight up knocks Yukinari. He calls Yukinari an idiot and reminds him to show respect when talking about Umemiya. Yukinari shocked the hell out, but Sakura was just disappointed by how big he was. The Lion's Head dude can't believe he got knocked out so easy, and he wonders who the hell is this Bifferin and knew why. Nirei points out Kyotaro only needed one punch, and the Lion's Head dude getting concerned. Tomiyama on the other hand finding it amusing how tough Kyotaro is. Bifferin dude peeps them and see how focused Togami is. Now Tomiyama wants to throw down with Kyotaro, so Togami has to tell him to chill and wait for his turn. Nirei straight up stunned by their reaction. They don't give a damn about the dude who lost. They are out here complimenting the opponent. Then Nirei is more certain even that there is definitely something off about these dudes. Umemiya points out Kyotaro has always been tough as nails. It ain't no surprise a punch on the face doesn't faze him. Nirei was still shocked, but Sakura ain't because he already gone up against Kyotaro. The others are stoked because this means Sakura finally accepts Kyotaro's strength, but Sakura is too embarrassed to admit it. While they argue, Umemiya peeped the Lion's Head leaders, Tomiyama wondering how Togami would take down Kyotaro if they had to throw down. Umemiya watching closely because Togami is so focused that he doesn't even answer Tomiyama's. His seriousness got trauma, all hyped for more fighting, so he tells a couple of his dudes to clear the stage. The dudes are tired of dragging Yukinari, so they just decided to toss him off the stage into the ground. They clowning Yukinari for being so big and kicking his knocked out body, which makes Nirei calls them out for being a state of awful. Nirei is horrified when Sakura tells these two dudes to not even talk near him. He never wants to hear them talk about being worshippers of power even again, and it embarrasses him just hearing wimps like them speaks. Suo joins in and points out that the kids like them just won't understand till they get defeated. The dude dudes getting furious and wondering if they are looking for a fight. Their anger turns to a state of tear though when Tomiyama, dead serious, tells them to step back because they aren't their opponent. Sakura is all eager to throw down next, but Suo declares it his turn to fight. The quiet kid Suo points out his opponent looking hella stressed, so he would get some exercise. The kid named Kanuma and all the lion's head dudes cheering him on as Suo gets ready to fight. He explained he thought Sakura was dumb for aiming for top spot, so Sakura get furious. But Suo explained he was wrong. He thought Sakura words are empty and meaningless, but now he knows Sakura actually got some backbones. Suo thinks that he is top as hell as he is going to give it so he can keep up with Sakura. Sakura never knows what to say in these situations, so he just tells Suo to hurry the hell up and get on the stage. Nirei is searching for info about Suo in his book, but Sakura is more interested in learning about Suo. Nirei explained Suo was famous for being strong in the middle school. Sakura can tell just by looking at him, but unfortunately Nirei ain't got no more info. Hiragi explains he heard about Suo quite a bit, but he ain't got no details about him either. Same goes for Umemiya, but he could tell from the moment they met Suo is a kind dude on a stage. He turns out Takuma pissed as hell after seeing Yukinari get knocked out. A stage turns out as Kanuma was pissed as hell after seeing Yukinari gets knocked the hell out. Suo points out that this ain't like a lion's head dude because they treat their own members like crap. Kanuma reveals he had known Yukinari his whole damn life and they always had each other's back. Suo points out that he only wheezes when he is a victim and that's some childish behavior. So Suo straight up clowning him, talking to him like he's a little boy, and Sakura thinking about how the look on the Suo face is that of a gentleman. Suo mockery makes Kanuma attack, but everybody is shocked when Suo dodges that easily. Everybody watches as Suo keeps drowning him, suggesting they both start acting like grown-ups. Now Kanuma is scared as hell because he can't understand how Suo got behind him so damn quick, so he decided to attack faster, but that just end up getting tossed to the ground. Every attempt at landing a hit fails and Kanuma getting even more and more frustrated when Suo keeps insulting him. Suo just playing with this dude and Nirei is amazed because he's making it looks like opponent is tripping all his own. The crowd getting annoyed with Kanuma and telling him to stop letting himself get played. Kanuma think about how they ain't got a damn clue what it's like to have every damn move you make easily countered, and he wished they could try and throw down with Suo. Umemiya realized Suo is not regular gentleman and Sakura points out he ain't get a ounce of kindness. He is hella ruthless, tormenting a weaker opponent and making him look like a damn fool. Kanuma gets straight up wrecked up, so that makes it clear how big the skill gap is between them. Sakura says he would want to end himself if he was Kanuma, but of course he ain't ever going to be in that position. Hiragi is surprised to see Suo trying to prove a point in this fight, and Umemiya figures it's because he got influenced by someone else. Nirei realized that too and think about how Suo wants to keep up with Sakura. Suo's fight got Sakura's attention, so he wondering how he can get Suo at seriously throw down with him. The fight keeps going, but it's clear as a day that Suo is playing with Kanuma. Suo barely got a move to dodge all his attacks and he dropped Kanuma once again. The crowd turning against Kanuma and he is horrified when he sees that Tomiyama has fallen asleep watching the fight. Even when worse is that Togami is not impressed at all and he remembers what happened to the weaklings under the bridge. Kanuma starts panicking and his heart racing like crazy. Suo sees this better than anyone and he explained that Kanuma finally starting to figure out what it takes to be a grown-up adult. Kanuma losing his damn mind, so he goes in for an attack, but Suo shut him down, and then Kanuma was shocked when Suo revealed he already know what's going on his head, and Suo assumes Kanuma imagining himself turning into a person he used to mock, and that's good for him because the answer for being an adult is imagination. Kanuma is scared as hell, but Suo calmly points out he can move on to the next step. Now Suo keeps being ruthless with his teaching and explaining to Kanuma that he need one more thing to turn his imagination into reality. Suo gets ready to attack, so Kanuma begs him to stop. Right then, Togami asks Suo to end the fight, so Togami just tells him he humiliated them enough. Togami corrects himself though because Kanuma can't humiliate them anymore because he is not a part of Lion's Head anymore. This was then Kanuma's worst nightmare nightmare and his imagination just become real. Suo's final lesson is that being an adult means being able to feel for others, and to do that what you need is imagination and experience. Suo is actually happy for Kanuma because at least he learned something. After that, as Suo bounces, the lion's crowd is dead after witnessing those straight-up violations. And top of that, they realizes that Suo is just a freshman at Furin High. They started to get realizes that messing with Buffering will be a big mistake. Umemiya gives props to Suo for that mind-blowing victory, saying he is hell strong, but Suo doesn't seem himself as all that. On the other hand, Nire is beyond impressed because he has never seen anyone move like that. So he asks Suo if it's Kung Fu or some other martial arts, but Suo can't really answer because he doesn't know. On the other hand, Nire is beyond impressed because he has never seen anyone move like Suo. So he asks Suo if it's Kung Fu or some other martial art style, but Suo can't really answer because he don't know. His instructor was self-taught, so he mixed in a little bit of every martial art. But that aside, Hiragi points out that how damn surprising it was to see Suo get all emotional because he is bit embarrassed when he went so far to humiliate Kanuma. But he did it for Sakura's sake. Sakura doesn't want to take the blame for Suo's action, and he wants Suo to take the fight seriously if they ever throw down. Nire is getting tired of Sakura always thinking about fighting, but Nire getting tired of Sakura always starting to get into fight, but Suo doesn't really want to tango with him because he knows Sakura would be a pain in the ass if it's a real brawl. After hearing that, Sakura loses his cool and almost jumps on Suo. Nirei has to use all his strength to hold him, and Umemiya is just glad that everyone is getting along. Even if you call it that, right? Then the peep Kanuma dragging his bestie unconscious body across the floor, looking like a total wreck. Once Yukinari finally wake up, he looks over at Kanuma, who seems like he is about to lose. So he crawls over and asks if Kanuma lost his bhai too. Kanuma can only muster up the words "it's over" because now that they both get their asses handed to them in front of the lion's head crew, they will be punching back for everyone else from now on. So Tomiyama is still pumped up as ever, and now he wants to throw down with Suo, but Togami wants to keep things in order, so he asks who is up next for the fight. Sakura finally thinks it's his damn time to shine, but some other dude stand up straight and points at Hiragi because he wants to throw down with him. Now next, Hiragi still has some unfinished business with Sako, so he apologized to Sakura because he got to take the next fight. Sakura ain't having it because since both of the other first years got their chance to brawl, so there is no any reason why his turn should be skipped. Hiragi brings up the fact that Sakura is supposed to fight Togami, but the dude doesn't really ready to rumble yet, so Sakura got to wait a little longer. Since Togami is the second in command at Lion's Head, it's usually Hiragi's job to throw down with him, but that doesn't mean he ain't got faith that Sakura can come out. On the top of compliment, he straight up calms Sakura anger towards Hiragi, but he is still pissed at the other dude for cutting in line and calling out Hiragi like that. Nirei thinks maybe the guy knows Hiragi from somewhere, but none of them know why they got beef because Hiragi doesn't talk about himself much. Meanwhile, as Sako is making his way on the stage, Tomiyama wishes him good luck in his fight, but Togami get to be all condescending and ask if something went down between him and Hiragi, because Sako usually ain't the one who pick fight willingly, but Sako just ignores Togami and keeps walking. Once the two are standing across from each other, Hiragi starts chatting saying Sako did grow since the last time they crossed path, but it's damn shame he is raping Lion's Head now because the fight is inevitable at this point. Sako stays silent throughout and Tomiyama bored to all the talking, so he straight up yells at them to start throwing down already. Since they are starting, Hiragi puts his hand up and Sako straight up charges at him, throwing a barrage of punches and kicks, but Hiragi is straight up blocking them like a pro. Sako keeps bringing the heat with his attack, but by the end of his combo, Hiragi ain't got any damage on him. Sako backs off for a second and tells Hiragi not to look down on him like he used to because the old Sako is gone and he is about to prove it right. Here he straight up charges back with a front kick and Hiragi ain't letting it slide either, but damn neither of them making any damn progress in this fight because they ain't landed a solid hit yet. Then in the middle of one, Sako grabs his own leg and redirected the kick that barely missing Hiragi face, and Hiragi mind is impressed that, but Nirei is freaking out because Hiragi is playing defense and the Lion's Head crew are all rooting hard hard for Sako to take down Hiragi. Even Togami is mind blown by how sick Sako's fighting skills are, but Tomiyama and thinking it's all that strange because he personally chose Sako as one of the top 5 dogs. Togami has to admit that while he may not get Sako as a person, he has fought the most out of anyone here and nearly burned himself out when he first joined Lion's Head back to the stage. Sako is still blobbing and beaving Hiragi's attack, but he is talking all the time to call him out of having zero style, just relying on brute strength. Sako is saying Hiragi ain't changed one damn bit, but Hiragi can see the transformation in Sako, especially with how chatty he is getting right. Hiragi remembers Sako never opening his mouth the whole damn time he was teaching him not to throw down, but bringing up the past pisses Sako off and makes him charge at Hiragi one more time. But this time he is speeding up like crazy. He catches Hiragi off guard, knocking him back with a kick on the damn face, and everybody jaws drops seeing Hiragi gets knocked so damn easily. Sako stands tall over him, wondering when the Hiragi got so big. He blames Hiragi weakness on hanging out with all those Furian and clowns. Then Sakura gets starting mad, and he's not at Sako, but he's pissed at Hiragi for letting himself get dropped like a punk. Suo finds the whole damn thing funny, but mostly because Sakura is starting to show more love for his crew. Sakura gets all embarrassed by Suo's comment and claims he was just pissed because Sako was cloning them. But Umemiya steps up and tells everyone to chill because it ain't over yet. Then he turns to Sako and reminds him that Hiragi is one of the 4 kings of Porphyrin, and especially he is their Tonton. He asks if Sako really knows what Tonton is called. Sako doesn't get the point of that dumbass question, but when a hand lands on his shoulder, he is straight up shocked to see Hiragi back on his feet, ready to throw down. It's been a minute since he has got kicked like that, so he really felt it. But he knows it made him look weak as hell. He gives props to Sako for getting so damn strong since their last encounter, like a whole new person. But as Tamon of Porphyrin, he got to flex a little, so he pops his stomach medicines and gets ready for round 2. We go back to middle school when Sako was caught up in some serious bully drama and the dude was just trying to do his own thing and getting good grade. But these haters couldn't stand him shining, so they came at him and throwing down fists like there was no tomorrow. But then Hiragi comes in like a hero and saves that day. Fast forward to the present fight, this is turned into a straight up slug fist both sides, throwing punches left and right, taking hits and dishing out of the crowd face, frozen in amusement that what's going down. Even Sakura can't wrap his head around how freaking strong Hiragi is. Sugo lets Sakura knows that Hiragi had to be a beast to earn a spot as one of the Porphyrin kings. The whole damn town knows he is a force to be reckoned, but with Suo is convinced that Hiragi is up a notch all because of Sakura. The fight keeps going, and while it seems pretty, even Hiragi starts gaining the upper hand and straight up knocks the focus out of Sako's eyes with the hell of a kick. Sako can't figure out how the hell Hiragi is still so damn strong compared to him, even after all the training he went through to improve himself, especially since he has been chilling and living the easy life with his friends. Here we flash back to Sako's middle school days. Right after Hiragi beats the crap out of those bullies, Sako couldn't wrap his head around why Hiragi went out on his way to help him. Hiragi didn't think he needed much of a reason to lend a hand to someone getting jumped on. But then Sako tells straight up that he needs to learn to stand up for himself because that's the only way he's going to handle bullies like those. He reaches out to hand to help Sako to get back on his feet, but instead of taking it, Sako grabs his sleeves and begs Hiragi to teach him how to throw down. Hiragi agrees, and from that day, Sako trains hard with him and holds a ton of respect for him. And it ain't like Hiragi was trying to gather followers or nothing, but people naturally looked up to him because his raw strength, and Sako was damn proud to be one of them. On the day Hiragi graduated from middle school, Sako was straight up grilling him for getting into Furian High. He was convinced Hiragi would be on the some next level there, but damn, all that grilling got too damn heavy for Hiragi to handle, so he straight up tells Sako not to tag along. He knows once he step foot in the Furian, he is going to be under this dude Umemiya. He can't live up to Sako's sky high expectation. He wants Sako to find his own real goal instead of being his damn fanboy. Sako can't wrap his head around what the hell just happened. His ideal essentially ditched his ass, so he takes out all the frustration by straight up whooping the asses of a local gang, all his damn self, and while he is standing there surrounded surrounded by buddies. Togami and Tomiyama rolled up on him since they hella impressed by his skills and offer him a spot in their crew. Sako asked if they got strong people on their team. Like hell. Yes, strength is everything to us and the stronger you are the higher you can climb, was answered by Tomiyama. But Sako doesn't give a damn about no hierarchy. He just want to fight strong people so he can get stronger and make Hiragi regret dumping him. That's why he straight up refuses to lose to Hiragi in this damn fight. Unlike Hiragi, he ain't been wasting time making friends, but he has been improving himself to be stronger than Hiragi, stronger than Hiragi. He charges forward, trying to catch Hiragi off guard from below. Hiragi throws a punch to counter, but Sako pulls a sleek ass move back, clicking right over him and getting ready to land a punch. But damn, Hiragi ain't falling for that, and he straight up boots Sako in the damn face. Sako feet wobbling after that kick, but he ain't letting himself, as he is not going to lose to someone who is satisfied being anywhere. But the top, he tries to throw another punch, but this time Hiragi straight up catches it and apologizes to Sako for not being able to live up to his expectation. And right after that, he lands a punch so damn powerful that gets soul of Sako searching real deep about why he was so damn angry. He knows Hiragi was looking out for him when he suggested finding a new goal, but he was being selfish as hell. He wants to hear Hiragi tell him not to tag along with, because all he wanted was to stick by Hiragi's side no matter what. He doesn't give a damn if he is not the top dog or some. All he wants was for Hiragi to ask him to come along. Sako collapses on the ground, making Hiragi the clear victor of the fight. Everyone was still in shock from the crazy ass show. They just witnessed. Togami wastes no time getting up and calling for someone to haul Sako's ass off the stage because he has lost. But after seeing how well Sako fought, they all get too much respect for him and to do something so damn disrespectful and to help this boy out, Hiragi offers to carry Sako off the stage, lifting him off to his shoulder and gently dropping him on the floor. Togami half-heartedly thanks Hiragi for the help but mentions he didn't need to be gentle with a loser's body. Since Sako lost, Togami tried to remove his lion's head jacket, but Hiragi grabs his hand and stops him and says you might want to hold off on that till after your match. You never know what could happen. And before Hiragi bounces, he drops some knowledge on Togami, saying that running the team the way he is ain't going to make them stronger. He walks his ass back to his seat and Umemiya congratulates him on Bean. But Hiragi is surprised because Umemiya is not asking about Sako and what the deal is between them. Umemiya knows Hiragi probably don't want to talk about it, so he ain't going to bother asking right now. But he tells Hiragi he can spill the whole story when he is ready. But for now, he should just focus on watching the next fight. So this is recap of first 6 episodes of the anime called as Windbreaker. Thank you for watching this. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Thank you. See you next time.